Okay, hello everyone, and today I'm going to show you my first pre-workout that I made. So pretty much I just picked a bunch of ingredients that I wanted to make. Then I sent it to a company overseas that makes pre-workouts. They got all the ingredients, they packaged it. So this is the actual pre-workout that I made. I made this about a year ago or something like that. So now I can put up a video of me trying the pre-workout out and you can see how I felt. So I just got my pre-workout samples and this is green apple. This shit came from China, so I'm not gonna be surprised if this shit like cocaine. It definitely smells like apple, but it smells fucking weird. Alright, but let's go for this shit. I mean, it tastes like apple. I'm that's for sure, but so yeah, as you saw, they had a color. I don't remember what color it had, but there were three kinds of taste. So there was green apple, there was blue raspberry, blue raspberry, and there was fruit punch. So those were the three tastes. And right here in front of me, I have the formula. So I'm gonna be going over the formula and seeing if the 1 year ago me knew something about pre-workouts or did not. But as I remember, I did a bunch of research, so I think this is good. This is gonna be good. So let's just jump into it. So first of all, obviously we have dicaffeine malate and caffeine malate. So what is dicaffeine malate? It's just caffeine that releases slower. So pretty much if you take pre-workout, caffeine just acts like immediately, and then after some time it just goes away. Dicaffeine malate takes a bit longer time to go away, so you're gonna have that caffeine energy for a longer period of time. This is why I added dicaffeine malate and caffeine anhydrous also. And what they had me do was basically put caffeine in the form of guarana coffee. And here you can see it's a lot more than 250, but basically 1,750 milligrams of guarana coffee adds up to 250 milligrams of caffeine. And caffeine total is around, as you can see, it's 350. It was 350 for this pre-workout, which is pretty solid. And as we can see again from this study, caffeine can help you in isometric strength, aerobic power, reaction time, anaerobic metabolism, and much more. And again, it's suggested pretty much 3 to 9 milligrams per kilogram. So let's say you're 70 kilograms. So somewhere between 210 and 600. So the range for caffeine to work is 210 to 630 milligrams per pre-workout, and that should work. So again, this 350 milligrams, I was definitely cooking with that, so that's okay. Next we move on to theobromine, and theobromine is a thing. There's not too much studies that is suggesting that it's amazing. And this study right here, a systematic review, which is pretty good for a review. There was no adverse effects in theobromine investigation, but there needs to be more searching, more studies done on it to see if it's good or not. So in retrospect, not the best choice to put in theobromine, but it is dosed properly, so somewhere from 50 to 100 milligrams. However, in retrospect, I probably wouldn't put it in because there's not a lot of studying saying that it's amazing. Next, we have L-citrulline, and as we know now, citrulline malate absorbs much better than L-citrulline. However, I was definitely cooking with this 6,000 milligrams because that is a good dose. So if you're using just L-citrulline, 6,000 is like a lot. If you're using L-citrulline malate, which is another form of L-citrulline, then you need to use 6,000 to 8,000. So this, in retrospect, again, I would be using citrulline malate, and I would probably dose it at around 8,000 milligrams or 8 grams per serving. Next, we move on to, and there's obviously a lot of studies saying that citrulline is very, very good for performance, for pumps, for blood flow, so that's good. Then we move on to beta-alanine, and beta-alanine, again, a lot of studies suggesting that it's not that good. So as we saw here, beta-alanine, you should probably dose it 1.5 to 6.4 grams per day. And it's a cumulative effect. So if you want an effect, then you need to be taking it every single day, which is usually you don't take a pre-workout every single day. And there was a small to non-significant effect of beta-alanine supplementation. So as you can see, probably not the best thing to put in there. I would probably change that to beta-alanine. That would probably be better. But yes, so these two are all right. This one no, this one no, and this one's all right as well. Then we move on to Taurine. For taurine, obviously we have this study right here, and as we can see, they got administered 1 gram of taurine every single day. And this one was the same study where it pretty much said that you should probably be taking 1.6 grams. So 1.5 milligram or 1.5 grams. So I actually kind of got it in. So acute administration of taurine, 1.6 grams before increased lipid metabolism, meaning you get more energy and you burn more fat. So I actually smashed with this one. This one is good dose and it actually works. Next, L-tyrosine. For tyrosine, we obviously have this study right here. It does not state the amount. However, it does state that tyrosine is effective enhancer of cognition, so focus, if dopamine or noradrenaline is temporarily depleted. Meaning, if you're working out and your dopamine and noradrenaline, so your focus, you're getting tired, it actually works. So tyrosine does work, suggested by this study right here, a review, which is pretty good, pretty reliable. Not quite sure what dose should be taken, but I think this is like a fat dose, so that's okay. Then we move on to Huperzine, and Huperzine goes together with Alpha GPC, and pretty much what they do is it's mostly for focus. And a lot of studies suggest that you should be taking Huperzine with Alpha GPC, and that's when it works best. And 200 to 400 was the suggested amount of how much you should be taking, and this again for focus, mostly for focus. So that's actually good. And lastly, we have sodium. And the idea behind sodium was pretty much it makes the taste worse. So if you take sodium in a pre-workout, it does take the taste becomes worse. However, it does increase endurance for your performance. So if you're doing long workouts or you're doing a lot of volume, taking salt before your workout, and I mean this is a known fact, there's a lot of people who take salt before working out. Some people even suggest that you should be taking salt instead of a pre-workout to increase your performance. It doesn't work like that, but salt is good. So again, in athletes, they consume 300 to 600 before they're running, or this was for ultra marathons, but it's the same kind of principle if you're working out a lot. So 300 to 600. I didn't really want to put 300 milligrams because then you feel it a lot more. So I just dosed at 200, and you really could not feel the sodium in this too much. The taste kind of overpowered it. But this, I'll be completely honest. So I made this a year ago, but this is a pretty fucking solid formula. So again, if I would change something, I'll probably dose it like this. I would take out this because I think this does work a bit better. I'm not sure how much it was dosed, but I think this was alright as well. At 8,000 and caffeine, and this again, this would be kind of what I would do. So really not that different from what I would do like today, right? No, but yeah, pretty fucking solid pre-workout. Like it's much fucking better than most pre-workouts in the market right now. So as my series are going on, it's like much better than these two. So what can I say? It's I was smart, but yeah, that's pretty much that's my pre-workout that I made. Again, it's this one right here. So, but yeah, um, yeah. See you in the next one.